He said, there's the ocean and there's the enemy, and burn the boats. And he burned them. So they couldn't leave. It was a pretty good move. You ain't got nowhere to go. But there, okay, we burned all our boats. We don't have no security. We've been going straight for boss man, and it's getting worse. We're not decreasing. Anybody thought we was going to get quiet and maybe a little older. That was, y'all are the slowest people in the world. That is the biggest, the simplest trick to use on you and your boss. That we're old and tired. You don't get old and tired. Sometimes you do. But one thing, when you get old, you get set in your ways. You just do the stuff. This is what we do, right? You get set in your, people say, when they say, oh, he just set in his ways. Sure. And the older he get, the more he does that. Whatever that is, they do that. They do that. They don't do nothing else. So we're set in our ways. All of y'all that was sitting up and hoping, and well, time will get, time will take you out, and you'll get sad because nobody will help. Well, if you're raised in the penitentiary and you lead riots and you do all that stuff, Allah will train you for the job. You'll be trained to be by yourself, where you actually like it. You know, in heaven, sitting around, studying and writing, this is heaven. So we call work going out and messing around. That's like actually work. It's fun too, but being by ourselves is not. It's easy, especially if you've been in jail a long time and you always went to the hole. You know, the white man used to have a saying, "Well, I put you so far in the hole, we're gonna have to pump sunshine to you." That's what the white man said, and he almost meant it. He put you so far back in the back or on the bottom that they have to pump sunshine to you. Not really, but that's what he means. You're not going to see any daylight, real daylight, for a long time. That's a mean old guy. See, y'all think the boss man is just semi-mean. This guy, he's not semi-mean. He is really heartless. I mean, the guy is unbelievable. And now he's being ran by the Zionists. They're worse than he is. Mean old boss man is, he's not as mean. I don't care what you think about those guys. They're not as mean as the Zionists. Okay, history extended period. Imam Jamil Alameen, we like to do stuff to help Imam Jamil Alameen. But we can't help him right now. We haven't been able to help him in years. We used to have fundraisers all the time for Imam Jamil Alameen. All the time. And we gave them to the people down there. We won't do that anymore. Whatever we do, we're going to do it ourselves. Because the people were who we thought they was all the time. The people were who we thought they was all the time. You can still hear it pretty good? Okay, all right. So we'll move toward a close. Dear believers, we have people who need our help in places like Haiti, and eventually we're going to have to answer the call, and we don't want to tell them, well, we can't do anything for you. You know, see, they have real needs. We have, let's call them semi-needs. But in Haiti, they done had 50 disasters, one after another. And the old Reverend, what's that old Reverend white man? He said the reason that they having so much trouble in Haiti is because they rebelled against the French leadership. That's what the old preacher, I'll think his name in a minute. The old preacher, 700 Club preacher, something like that. No, he said that. He said, Yeah, no, he said it. He said it that's the reason that they have so much trouble, because they freed themselves from white domination. We got to remember Pat Robertson. Yeah. Palestine, Yemen, Iraq, Syria, Libya, Iran. These people are really doing the best they can. Uh, and that don't mean nobody's perfect, but it means they're doing. So we would have to congratulate Iran for not being Libya. Congratulate Iran for helping and supporting Syria. Iran for helping hold Yemen together, for being the biggest supporter of Palestine, for not joining the Zionists who are sucking up all the Arabs into this counter-Palestinian struggle, and that's their business. So Iran is our, when I say that, I mean the country of Iran. Iran is really a modern miracle. If you watch the stuff they're doing, it's not only in economics, it's not only going by these sanctions and what have you, and it hurts them, but they still there. Just like the stuff they do, it bothers us, but we're still here. See, we're still here, and they done threw everything. Can you imagine what they've done to us? You know what I mean? Just imagine. This sign says Masjid al-Islam, not Okefenokee. And this says Masjid al-Islam. They're arresting me at Masjid al-Islam, and everybody in town know that I've been staying there for years. Sleep in a little room on the side, the hallway, and I sleep in a little room. I've been there for years since we opened up. Right? Okay. They know what they're doing. That means the Zionists, the same legal stuff like in Palestine, they said that's a Ottoman deed. It don't hold up with us. Well, the people been there since Ottoman times, so it means, it don't hold up with us. It's not a Zionist deed. Okay. Welcome, Imam Abdul Ali Musa. Well, now you got to remember, our friends here, they take a turn too. They take a turn, and all of a sudden, you find out about the global Islamic movement. Because when you're a part of the global Islamic movement, the global movement has to turn against you and turn away from you. I'm going to just show you, this is kind of slick. This is a long time ago. This must be 68. Free Huey, that's not a marijuana plant, although it looks like one. Free Huey, the general uniform of those days. There's dear Muhammad Ali. We're going to see him. He's there with the sister from your area, Wilma Rudolph. They're there together in Oakland, and they're raising money for him, and we hook him up. That's what we do. That's what we do then. Now, this is one of the kind of funny pictures. Nobody should laugh, but this is Big Hank here. Now, this is the last stage of buffoonery, because although a lot of my outfits was black and white, like my car is black and white, but this is getting kind of clownish. It's not like this is sharp. This is just the opposite of that. But to me, that looks better. This, and if you look at this car right there in the back. I remember that car. That is a 68 Toyota. In those days, we used to laugh at it because one of our friends, one of the girls brought that, and we used to laugh. Toyota, a toy, what is the, yeah. And now you know about Toyota, right? I'm telling you. Okay, so what this does mean is that you've had a chance to have all the things that they call good. And I just want y'all to know it ain't no comparison to what we're doing now. And to prove it, you go to Hollywood and you see all them people. They got all this stuff, except modern. It ain't doing them no good. They half crazy. The more they have, the worse they're doing. Why? Because they was promised, if you get 1 million fans and several $1 million and a big house with 2 swimming pools, you're going to be happy. Well, why the hell ain't none of them happy? Why do all of them have psychiatrists? And the psychiatrist might have a dress on with some polka dot underwear or something. I don't know, and be a boy too at that. And they're trying to figure why everybody's effed up. That'll help you. Now, I'll move toward a close. Psychological guerrilla warfare. Boy, look at here. We done whooped the white man, the Americans, so bad with this stuff right here. Psychological guerrilla warfare. It is regular warfare, except it's psychological. Guerrilla warfare is a small group, not messing with a big group, you know what I mean? And you last longer. Psychological guerrilla warfare. That means it's mental. So we don't have no bombs to fight no boss man. Who would use them anyway? We wouldn't use them. But the mind. Boy, look at here. We talk about boss man so bad, we done run him crazy. We done helped this psychosis he's in. When he's paralyzed, you seem like boss man is paralyzed, we help him do it. We've helped discombobulate it. Now you got to study that. Discombobulate it. That means we didn't hit boss man with vibrating hands. I know y'all don't believe in that stuff, but let's not leave everything out. Hit him so hard and so slick like that he keeps on walking and talking, and all of a sudden he just collapses in the middle of the street. Don't nobody know why. That's the vibrating hand. So psychological warfare has that. Okay, why is boss man acting so stupid now? He can't do nothing right. He get a Negro president, he's the worst Negro. He's the worst for Negro to us all, man. Good God Almighty. Okay, then they get another one. And Don is like, I don't know, that boy is so silly. I already got Adolf Hitler stuff right there next to him. And when I hear him, I already know what I'm listening to. The defense of the fatherland, the defense of Deutschland. Every lecture, when they translate anything Hitler was saying, that's what he was saying.
That was his inauguration speech.
Yeah.
The defense of the homeland, the president of law, and he took it straight from
Straight from the Führer. Look here. He took it from the Führer himself. Right. But he's crazier than the Führer. You know, because the Führer he messed up on a lot of things. He messed up with Russia. He messed up with killing all the people that knew how to fight and scared them to death. Well, it's good. Who wants him to be around, you know? And although he wanted Negroes to help him, the Japanese best especially, the Black Dragon Society, I don't want to go in it in, but the Nation of Islam, the Lamb was associated with the Black Dragon Society, the Japanese. And the Nation of Islam was happy about the Japanese because the Japanese was people of color fighting this mean old Euro and stuff like that. Although, we're not pushing Japan in World War II or anything like that. Fundraiser for the family of Imam Jamil. Okay, I'm going to close with this. Suppose somebody been in jail for, let's say, over 20 years, and the stuff they're doing is not necessary. They're ruining his community. They're taking the community legally out of his name, which is not necessary. And in a movement, a real Islamic movement, when the imam goes to prison, that don't mean he stops being the imam. I don't care whether it's Ikhwan al-Muslimin, I don't care whether it was Imam Hassan al-Banna, I don't care whether it's Sayyid Qutb them. They always, in fact, Sayyid Qutb's best writing was from in